What's up, YouTube? It's Dr. Paul, friendly neighborhood comic book collector, cleaner, presser, speculator. I said it. Another video, tips and tricks on collecting on a budget and maybe speculating. So the purpose of this video is to talk about CGC error slabs. So this is when you've submitted a book to CGC or somebody else has, and CGC has put something wrong on the label. It's usually the wrong issue number, the wrong title, something like that. Now, this can happen if you submitted the book. If it does, you probably should just return it to CGC and have them correct the error. And the reason why is it's tough for you to either sell or to be a liquid asset down the road. While it's true that error comics, error slabs are rare or rarer than comics with the correct information on the slab, there isn't really a market for them. So there might only be one of them in the world that has the wrong title on it, or wrong number, or whatever, wrong edition, but there isn't really anybody willing to pay a premium for that, at least today in the marketplace. Maybe someday there will be, just like other errors are sought after, but CGC errors are not something that people are seeking in the marketplace. So if you've subbed a book and you got back an error slab, I think your best bet is to just send it back to CGC and have them reslab it, okay? So what about if someone else submitted it and you find the error out in the marketplace somewhere? They're mostly traps, and I'll explain why. But there are some that are potential speculation targets or ways to improve your collection on a very small budget. So let me give you first an example of what a trap is. This is a CGC 9/8 slab of X-Men Omega, but it says X-Men Alpha. So what's wrong with purchasing this book? The problem is that you can't just send this back to CGC and tell them, well, just crack it and reslab it. This has the wrong label, which means this label went to a different book, which means this book may not be a 9/8. And as a matter of fact, this specific one, I don't think this camera's gonna pick it up, but it may, has a very obvious and bad flaw right here. And this is never gonna be a 9/8. So this is an X-Men Omega in an X-Men Alpha label that claims it's a 9/8, but it's not going to come back a 9/8. And if I try to send this to CGC and ask them to reslab it, they're going to grade it. And when they grade it, it's going to be a 9 or a 9.2, and it's going to be essentially worthless. So this is a trap. When you see the entirely wrong label on something, this grade does not go with this book. And so, or it may not go with this book. That might be the error, is that this label was supposed to go in a different comic. It may be that this grade goes with this book, but you don't know. There's too much risk involved. Generally, stay away. Unless you're really confident in grading the book yourself and you can inspect it and you think there's an opportunity, stay away from these. Now, in contrast, here's a slab that's an opportunity, okay? This is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #2. And you see that it's a 9.0, and it's indicated as just the title, right? But look here, look carefully. And if you know this series, you know what this means. This is a second printing. The second printing is really rare in the census. So this print, the first printing that this label goes to, 932 in the census right now. The actual book, the second printing, 16 copies in the census. Now we know Secret Wars is coming to the MCU. We know this series is being speculated on right now. This book here represents basically a huge opportunity. So I could send this back to CGC as is and just tell them, hey, this is the second print, you goofed, and they'll crack it and they will slab it as a second print for me. This is also a candidate, by the way, for a crack, clean, press, and resubmit, or what we call CPR. And the reason why is the flaws in here, both I can see them, but also I looked up the grader notes. There's quite a few pressable flaws. So this has potential to be 9.4, 9.6, maybe even a 9.8. And with such a rare book, with only 16 copies in the census, and with speculation rampant on Secret Wars coming to the MCU, this book represents a major opportunity, again, to either improve your collection on a budget or to speculate on a book. And maybe this isn't your cup of tea, but you could buy this, have it put in the correct label, or even crack, clean, press, resubmit it and get the correct label, and make some good money on this and turn that into a collectible that you are interested in. So hopefully I've given you some examples of CGC error books and what kinds of errors can occur, when it's something you should stay away from, when it's maybe an opportunity. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. I will say, if you like my content, please subscribe, like this video. If you want me to clean and press a book for you for free, go to my subscriber giveaway video. There you can see examples of books that I've cleaned and pressed for other people. And if you subscribe to the channel and comment on that video, when we get to 100 subscribers, we're gonna do a drawing and I'm gonna clean and press a book for somebody, probably do video series on it. And if that person, whoever it is, wants it subbed to CGC, we'll sub it to CGC on their behalf as well. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Happy hunting and take care of one another.